But you notice that you have a very demanding and active social life. We out and about all the time. You're having to eat at restaurants, you're having to eat at conferences and meetings and things like that. These are the types of people that I tend to help. Busy professionals, high achievers, people who just have very demanding careers. And so they can't always cook at home. They can't, meal prep and cook food all day like a bodybuilder. And so I'm going to show you how I help my coaching clients get these type of results. I'm talking about 30, 40, 50 plus pounds in only 6 months or less, okay? While being able to eat at restaurants, while being able to eat while they're traveling, and still losing weight and getting results. And so I say this because I'm living proof of it. Not only are my coaching clients doing it, but I'm doing it too. And so I know how to cook at the house. I have the foods to cook at the house, but sometimes, I don't know about you, I don't always want to cook. And so I'm not sure if nationwide people know about Hobnob, but this isn't a video for Hobnob, but I just went to Hobnob, and they actually have a really good meal. I've already eaten it, but they actually have a really good meal that I'll go to Hobnob and grab whenever I don't feel like cooking dinner. And so if you notice some days where you're like, man, last thing you want to do is go home and cook. You just want to grab something and get on to the crib and, chill, right? And so you can do that, but you have to have structure. Because at Hobnob, I just had me some salmon, I had me some Brussels sprouts, and I had me some mashed potatoes. And most folks would think from, hearing all these trainers all on social media and YouTube, they would think, oh man, I gotta eat chicken and broccoli every day. Oh, I gotta eat super healthy all day, every day. Or I gotta cook at home all day, every day. But that couldn't be any further from the truth, guys. All right. I find that a lot of times people get very discouraged because they think they have to eat that way to be able to lose weight and keep it off. But if you have a lifestyle to where you have to, eat at events or go to conferences or travel and things like that, your schedule's just really busy, it may not always allow for you to eat at the house. All right. And you don't have to. And so I eat out at a restaurant maybe 4 or 5 days out the week, minimum about 3, but somewhere between 3 and 5 days out the week. And so how do I do this, and how do I teach my coaching clients on how to do this too, while they're able to lose weight, and still be healthy, First thing is this: we do something called flexible nutrition meal planning. Flexible nutrition meal planning. Like I said earlier, most folks, what they do is they think they have to eat chicken and broccoli every day. They think they got to do the keto diet. They think they got to give up carbs. They think they have to do some detox diet to lose weight. Granted, some people can lose weight doing that, but they can't sustain it. This is why people keep on losing the same 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds and gaining it back, because they can't sustain those ways of eating. This is what I call habit fatigue. The habits that you have with your eating habits are not sustainable. So you burn out, whether it be from boredom or whether you're just not able to sustain it, okay? It's habit burnout, all right? Habit fatigue. And so instead of doing that, what I do with my members is we create something that works with their life, not against it. Meaning they're able to eat foods that they prefer to eat. They know the portions that they need to have for themselves, not Joe Blow they seen at the gym, not their cousin who lost a couple of pounds, but how much they need to eat. Because we're all different. Our food preferences, the amount of weight that we want to lose, our height, our age, all these are different factors that determine what the portions need to be. Not just the foods, but also the portions. And then to go even further, I talk a lot about high performance, right? And being able to lose weight with a high performance lifestyle way of doing things. What if you're working throughout the whole day? I'm talking 12, 14, 15-hour days. You can't eat the same way as somebody who has a 9-to-5 job. It's not to say that the person who has a 9-to-5 job is bad or anything like that, but if you live a very demanding career, you wake up early in the morning, right to work, by the time you get off work, it's about that time to go to sleep. You got to do it all over again. And so what you need to have is a plan that supports your life, not just your goals, but also your life. That means What's going to be the meal frequency? Meaning, how many meals do you need to eat throughout the day? I have coaching clients. Some eat 2 meals a day. Others eat 3 or 4 meals a day. Their lifestyle and their goals are different. Their schedules are different. Some people eat asparagus. Other people, they may eat Brussels sprouts. Some people don't like fish. Some people love fish. And so it has to be tailored to them. There has to be some flexibility. That's why I do flexible nutrition for fat loss. Okay? And when it comes to being able to eat out, for everybody who may have just jumped on, right? Eating out. I had some hobnob. You ate that hobnob. I don't know how universally known it is, but salmon, mashed potatoes, and Brussels sprouts, right? And so how do you do that? You have to have structure around your energy intake. How much, in other words, some people call it calories. Do you know how much calories you eat on a daily basis? Or are you just winging it? The folks, you can be eating healthy. I get on game plans all the time for people who are inquiring about working with me, and they're eating fairly healthy. They're eating almost the same foods that I'm eating and that a lot of my coaching clients eat, but they have no structure. When I ask them things like, well, how much calories are you eating on a daily basis? They don't know. How much protein do you eat on a daily basis? They don't know. Well, what are your portions for your meals? How can you know your portions for your meals if you don't know your daily calorie intake? Guys, you won't know. And so when you have this level of structure, this is how you're able to lose weight without eating some crazy restrictive diet. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Most people think they have to eat like a bodybuilder to lose weight, where they're eating chicken, broccoli, and rice all day, every day, or the salad diet all day, every day. And then they keep on having to lose and gain the same 10 pounds back, 10, 15, 20 pounds back, because it gets boring. They get tired of eating that way. But what if you could eat foods that you actually enjoy eating with structure, lose the weight, and you're able to keep it off, and also have good energy on a daily basis, okay? It's not just about weight loss, but also being able to enjoy life. These are the types of things I talk about with my coaching clients all the time. If you want to perform at a high level, if you look at yourself like you're a high achiever, you have to eat to fuel your ambition. Meaning you have to eat the amount of meals that are going to not just allow you to lose weight, and the right portions, not just to lose weight, but also the right portions and foods to have you having energy throughout the entire day. Regulating your blood sugar throughout the entire day. If you ever noticed that, whether it be for breakfast or in the afternoon, because I used to be like this when I'm getting ready to share with you. This used to be me too. You eat a meal and then you instantly get the itis. You get brain fog. You're like, man, I just want to sit back and just chill for a minute. You just ate a meal. The midday slump, that's what some people call it. After they eat a big foot-long sandwich from Subway or something like that, they're like, man, I don't know how I'm about to get done with the rest of these couple of hours at work, but man, I need a minute. That's because of how you're eating. High performance nutrition allows for you to understand what foods you need to eat to never go through that. Because it's not only the quality of the foods that you're eating, but also the quantity, your portions. If your portions are not spot on, and you're not eating the right types of food at certain times of the day, your energy's gonna drop. That's how you get brain fog. That's how you get the itis. That's how you find yourself feeling hungry throughout the day, And you find yourself hungry throughout the day, that raises your stress levels. You know what else happens when you raise your stress levels because you're hungry all day? Cortisol. That's a hormone inside our body, cortisol. It causes our body to produce more body fat. Makes it hard to burn and lose fat if you're extremely stressed because you're not eating. These things are important. It's not just about weight loss. It's about how are you able to perform on a daily basis. If you want to be able to excel in your career and still come home from work and have energy and mental bandwidth to enjoy time with your family and the people you love and care about, you have to be intentional with these things. It can't just be, well, I'm just gonna eat what I can just to have some energy, and I just do what I can do. The people who live that way, these are the types of people who have type 2 diabetes, the high blood pressure, the heart disease, what else? The sleep apnea. Like all these different things, right, that I just shared with you, these are lifestyle related. We have to eat on a daily basis anyway. I talk to clients all the time about this. Like, you have to eat on a daily basis anyway. Let's just improve the habits of eating. Let's just improve your eating habits. They're still eating very similar foods, but they have structure. They know how many meals they need to eat on a daily basis. You know, they know their daily calorie intake. They know their protein intake. They know how much fiber they need to be eating on a daily basis. These things are important, not just for weight loss, but energy management. And if you want to be healthy, because you just want to be healthy. Also, you want to be healthy for the people you love and care about. You know, a lot of people I help, they have family, they have kids, you know, they have a spouse, they have people that's dependent on them. And how can you take care of somebody else if you can't take care of yourself? You know, I help a lot of people who pour a lot into other people and they find themselves feeling empty. They find themselves feeling burned out via the aches and pains because of all the weight gain, via stressed and depressed because all the weight, lack of energy because of the weight. Like, that weight is stressful. That weight weighs down on you. Try carrying around a 50-pound book bag all day. Try carrying around, even if it's a 30-pound book bag all day. Try carrying around a 100-pound book bag all day. Yeah, it's gonna wear on you. That's what's happening to some of you guys because you're not losing the weight, okay? And so I say all this to say, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you do have to have structure. The same structure that you use within your career to thrive and excel, you know, the same structure that you have within your family and your household to make sure that everything goes properly and efficiently, you got to put that into your health. You got to be willing to put that into your fitness. And so that way you can be successful with your health and fitness too. Otherwise, you know, I heard somewhere somebody said, I can't remember what personal development person this was, but they were just talking about, you know, if you're not willing to prepare for certain things, whether it be a business meeting or, you know, an event, it just shows you how much you care. You know, and so my question to you is, how much do you truly care about your weight? How much do you truly care about your health? Because if you're not preparing, if you don't have any structure on when you hit the gym, you're just winging it. If you don't have any structure on what you're doing with your nutrition, you're just winging it. Just saying you're doing your best. It's not enough, guys. It's not enough. You have to do what is required. And what's required to lose that weight, guys, is you got to have some structure. If you're just winging it, man, you're going to find yourself losing and gaining the same couple of pounds every other year. If not, things getting worse. You know, I've been doing this over 15 years now, and I see a lot of folks who, you know, they've been following me for years. They'll reach out, you know, after a couple of months, they don't get started, you know, then they'll reach out a couple of months later, a couple of years later, then they don't get started. And, you know, I'm able to just scroll back and see all them conversations that we had, and I just see the weight going up more and more from talking to these people because of their lack of action, because of their lack of committing, you know. And the commitment has to start with you saying to yourself, man, it's time for a change. I can't keep living the way I'm living. Because if you do, what's life gonna look like 6 to 12 months from now if you don't start making some changes? What's life gonna look like for you and the people you love and care about in the next year to 5 years if you don't start making some changes with your health and with your weight? You know, I was talking to a young lady the other day. She said she stopped going to church because she wasn't happy with how she was looking. She was embarrassed. She was, you know, she was a little shamed, you know? And I was telling her, like, what's gonna happen if you don't start making some changes? What's your life gonna look like in another year from now? If you're already feeling like this right now, if you're already not happy with your weight, if you're already not happy with your health, what's this gonna look like if you don't start making changes? It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, but you gotta be intentional with wanting to make some changes. And the best part is when you have structure with that change, you don't have to hope or guess or waste time with trial and error. You have structure. You know you're gonna drop the weight. And that's why inside my coaching program, We do weekly group coaching calls, weekly weigh-ins, progress photos, check-ins. I map out their entire nutrition plan. It's all tailored to them, their food preferences, the portions, the meal frequency. It's step by step. Even the gym routines, it's based on their lifestyle and their schedule. And so if they can only work out 3 days a week, that's the workout routine they're gonna have, based on their fitness level and their goals and the way they wanna look, and their time. And so having those types of things is how you not only get results, but you're able to keep them because it supports your lifestyle. Okay? You don't have to do a 7-day-a-week workout routine if it doesn't support your life. And so these are the types of things I do inside my coaching program. We focus on high performance, we focus on weight loss, we focus on health, and just overall health and wellness. With that said, you'll be able to hit a link down in the description once I finish up with this live if you want to learn more about that. But if there are other topics y'all want me to talk about, feel free to let me know down in the comments also. And with that said, see a couple of comments. With that said, guys, we are over and out. What's up, Barbara? What is going on? I think I said Sasuke. Is he recording the video? Absolutely. It's live. All right, y'all. We out of here. Let's get it.